All these things we ask for the glory of your kingdom and in your holy name, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That she was hoping to get, so that's a good update. We said lots of prayers.
Sorry,
I've never seen it.
That's gonna offend some people.
We were in McDonald's drive-thru getting food, and by the time I placed the order, it just hit, and it was a complete whiteout.
You need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, thank you. All these things we ask for the glory of your kingdom and in your holy name, in the name of the Father, the Son. Good morning, everybody. So, we are starting off our school week.
Eating breakfast.
Eating breakfast. It's our second week back to school. Yeah.
Yes.
Second week back to school since Christmas break.
Hmm?
And
We were sick all Christmas break, but that's okay.
Yeah. Wasn't much of a Christmas break, was it?
We got off, and we still had a little time.
Yeah. And we got to spend time with Charlie, Ryan, and the kids yesterday, and they'll be back next weekend. So anyway, we are starting off with some breakfast, and then we're gonna get into school, and then.
You guys want to know what I did earlier though? I woke up really early. I played Call of Duty.
And then we are going to, we're gonna get a little bit of housework done today, and then we're gonna go help Grandma Deb, help her get ready and move and transition into her new place, which she, we're going to, I don't know exactly what we're doing today, but we're gonna help her get ready to move. And then she did get her apartment that she was hoping to get, so that's a good update. We said lots of prayers, and yeah, so now that's what we're doing, is we're getting ready to move her and get her transitioned into her new home. So, all right, we'll see you in a bit. So I'm just finishing up our school day, and I'm gonna mark off what we've done today for our day. We are just coming towards the end of our first semester, our second quarter of school. We'll have that finished in 2 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it off. And that's what I do, is every day I use a highlighter, and I like to make it rainbow colored. It's just for my own, I don't know. I've done it since I started school with the kids. I've marked them off like that. Anyway, or at least for a long time I have. I'm gonna mark off today's school day. That helps me keep track of attendance, how many days we're at. It also helps me, like, if I'm looking, like if we've had to put off a class or take it at a slower pace, it kind of helps me look at where we're supposed to be, and that way I can kind of decide how to move forward. Because like recently Aspen was studying ancient Rome in his history class, and it was a very lengthy thing that they wanted him to go over, so I broke it. It had 9 parts to it, and I broke it up over 3 days, and we did 3 parts a day. So then when we do his history class, we'll need to kind of look at how to move forward from there. That way we're not falling behind or missing stuff for the year. Sometimes we can look at things and cut them out and say, it wasn't something we planned on doing for this year. Maybe it's an activity or something, and that will help us move forward in our classes. But anyway, so I keep that under the right, I keep that under the right side of my desk now. There's a shelf down there that I can keep it on. Anyway, when we first get done with school for the day, I spend a little bit of time cleaning up. I track where we are on our books, and just kind of get the desk area reset for the evening time. So we are going to be going over to my mom's to help her out in a little bit. And today I was going to take and load a bunch of things up at her house and help her get them to a charity center. But I think I'm going to hold off on that, and we're going to get some packing done because it's going to be a little bit darker, and we'll do that closer to the weekend when we have more daylight hours, because during the school week we just don't have that time. So anyway, that is what we're doing this afternoon. Well, yeah, we studied ancient China in our history class. We're now on ancient Rome, but I like to do some read aloud. So we are still currently We've studied ancient Greece, we've studied ancient Egypt, ancient China, Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley. So we've studied a bunch of the ancient world, and right now we're at Rome. So we finished up recently one of the Who Was King Tut's. We've read a bunch of books about ancient Egypt. We're still continuing on the Cat of Bubastes. We are almost finished. We've just got that small chunk there left to go, and then we're going to move on to A Story of Ancient Rome. We are also reading Who Was Confucius. It's one we picked up at our local library. We're reading Tales of the Greek Heroes. So those are some of our ancient history books. Something else I want to read with Aspen is The Story of the Radium Girls. I have a, oh, the birds are really loud today. I have a, like a young adult novel of the Radium Girls. So that's one of the things that we are currently in the middle of reading. All right, I'm going to get these books put away and check off stuff on my checklist that I have done, and then knock out a few things before we leave. I have about 2.5 hours where I can get some work done here at the house. So I'm going to try to spend about a half an hour getting some office work done. I have some things to do for our homeschool group. And then I'm going to spend about 2 hours just trying to get some work done here at the house. I want to switch out some dishes, do some laundry. So I'm going to bring you along for that, and then we'll go help my mom. So I got all my office work done. My desk is back in shape. I've got my daily planner still out because I'll be coming back to that to knock off things on my list. Right now, I'm going to shut that light off. I'm going to tackle some, I think I'm going to get some caffeine in my system. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have only drank water today. So my goal this year is to, for this month of January, has been to drink more water, and then also keep up on my planner and listen to the Catechism in a Year every day, plus read 2 books. So I am currently in the middle of this book called Frost, and then I've already read another full book for this month. So I'm halfway done on my January goal. Those are some of the things going on, but those are some of my January goals, is more water. So, and I have been doing that. And one of the ways I'm doing that is first thing I do when I get up in the morning, after I eat breakfast and when Aspen and I get ready to do school, is I make both of us water with a drink packet in it. And I found this really good one. It's by the brand Margaritaville. And it's non-alcoholic, but it's by the brand Margaritaville, and it's Caribbean Island fruit punch, and it's so good. So that's what I've been currently drinking. And but I'm ready for some caffeine. I haven't had any yet today. Well, hello. She finished her school early today.
Yeah, I gotta watch some anime, and I just made my lunch. Now I'm gonna go watch Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, you've watched that before, right?
No, this is the first time I'm watching it.
Oh,
because I don't like some of the actors that are in it. So
who? Come on, tell.
I like the actor, but I don't like him in this role. It's the guy that plays the Red Guardian. Sorry,
I've never seen it. That's
gonna offend some people. He also played Hopper in Stranger Things. But I'm watching it for Sebastian Stan. Because he's in it.
So obviously she likes Sebastian Stan.
My favorite.
We're currently getting through the Twilight series of movies. We've watched the first 2, so we've watched Twilight and we've watched New Moon. Our next one we're on to is Eclipse. So yeah.
I actually think I'm gonna also start reading the books since Mom has the whole series.
They are so worth reading. I love the movies, but they really are better than the movies.
Usually the books are better.
Yeah.
Except for in some cases.
All right, I've got about 2 hours to get some housework done before I have to go help my mom. So, all right, let's do this.
I'm not one of those who easily can open up and let somebody close. No, I'm not one of those who is the center of and I'm not one of those. No. Some people might say I am afraid, but I just do things my own way. I don't know why, guess I don't like people pleasing. And sometimes they don't see what defines me, but I don't need them honestly, cause I got you. Everybody else makes me feel small and dark and lost, but you're not like everybody else at all. You're the only one who makes me talk and walk so tall, cause you're not like everybody else at all. You're everything everyone else is not. You're not one of those who judge before they know somebody. I just feel at home. Yeah, yeah. You like to take things slow, never stressing anybody. That's just how I roll. Yeah. Some people might say I am afraid, but I just do things my own way. I don't know why, guess I don't like people pleasing. And sometimes they don't see what defines me, but I don't need them honestly, cause I got you. Everybody else makes me feel small and dark and lost, but you're not like everybody.
Okay, I don't know how well you can see us, guys. I came in to help my mom because she's moving, and this is what happened. Yeah, I literally got to her house, and then it started snowing like this.
Yeah, we were in McDonald's drive-thru getting food, and by the time I placed the order, it just hit. And it was a complete whiteout. You couldn't see anything.
None of the lights are on. The street lights are on.
But you can't
Oh wait,
see
no,
them.
they
they're
are.
not.
You
just
can't see them when you're farther back. It's like almost whiteout conditions. I think the highway is going to be kind of nasty.
I don't know. It just, they said light snow, but this is not light snow.
No, the National Weather Service said that it's going to be whiteout conditions and bad.
Oh, well,
And you can't even see.
they were right.
You can't even see the
When we were back there, you couldn't see any of this.
lines or anything.
No, and it's that wispy snow. It's really light and fine, and it's blowing around
Yeah, see on the ground.
like
So
little snakes.
it looks like little snakes, and it makes it, when you're driving, it makes it hard to drive because of the way that it blows like that. Especially if it's really dark.
in a semi if it goes whipping by. This reminds me of like heading through to Michigan where you hit like lake effect snow that all of a sudden it's just like there.
Wow, look how dark it looks. Well, it probably doesn't look as dark to you
Yeah, right? On there.
on the camera as it does here.
That's picking up the light better than we are.
Yeah. See if I can
Look at
give you
that.
more of like a visual of what it's like. So if you see off into the distance how it's darker, that's what we're seeing more. It's not as light as it is on the camera.
I was ordering food and I was looking down at my phone, ordering, and I heard one of the kids say, Daddy? And I looked up and I'm like, whoa, it's all white and the street's white already.
Now I gotta tease you because you said one of the kids, and there was only one kid in the car, and she's not even a kid.
She still says, Daddy?
Look at this. Now you can see a little bit more of how dark it is. But it's even darker than what you're seeing. Oh man, people are just, because this is downhill.
This kid's slick right here.
If you've never been to Dubuque, Iowa, it is full of bluffs.
This is
That's
like
not flatland.
No, it's not. When a lot of people think of Iowa, they think of
Flat farms.
flat cornfields, but this area of northeast Iowa is not like that. It's very hilly. There's bluffs everywhere, and some of them are very, very steep. And so to get from the north end of Dubuque to the west end of Dubuque is you're straight uphill.
Yeah, east
It doesn't
to
matter.
west, east to west, north to south. It's all
Yeah.
hills in between.
Look how dark
You
this
can't
is.
even see the end of the Highway 20 here.
Oh, this is
There's already a quarter inch of snow on the street, and it's only been snowing for 10, 11 minutes at most.
yeah, maybe more like 15
Maybe.
from when you called me.
They said an inch of snow, but I think it's gonna be more than that.
But it is, I can see better through the camera of what's going on than if I'm looking out the windshield. It's just so dark.
People are riding their brakes.
Oh,
That lane over there is better traveled.